I'm in this like period of my life where I need to sleep like all the time, and I have these ups and downs where I'm just sleeping all the time, and I wake up at like 3 every day. Like you just literally can't go up any earlier. Like today, I put my alarm at 10, and I was like, I'm gonna get up at 10 because I have stuff to do. I'm gonna be creative today, and I'm gonna do stuff. And then when the clock was 10, I just pushed snooze, and then I woke up at 2. So I snoozed for 4 hours. I'm not even surprised at myself. I've seen on different channels this week that they're talking about mental health and they're having this kind of mental health week. And that's something that I really want to talk about as well. I really want to talk about mental health because it's something that's really close to my heart. So for me, depression is something that's been in my life since I was little. And I've had depression myself, and I've seen other people go through it, so I have kind of seen both sides of it. So I'm going to talk, in one video I'm going to talk about being outside of depression, and one video I'm going to talk about being depressed. And I'm going to talk about my story. It might be a really long video, but who cares. So about 2 years ago, I started getting panic attacks, and I didn't know what it was, and I felt like I had like pneumonia or something because my chest really hurt, and I had like a headache, and everything just hurt in my body. And when I searched for the symptoms, everything told me I had pneumonia, and I was like, oh what? But I didn't have a fever. So I went to the doctor, and what she said was like, are you stressed, are you worried? I was like, I don't know, maybe. She was like, oh, because you're just stressed, and then she wouldn't say anything else. So I still didn't know what it was back then, like 2 years ago. But then, now I know that it was a panic attack. I know that it was anxiety. And it just kept coming and coming and coming, and I didn't really know what it was. And soon enough I started like realising that, oh, this is probably like anxiety stuff. And I had anxiety for so long, like a year, I guess. And then when I got off school then, so last summer, I started getting really down. I started getting really depressed. Like really, I would just stay in bed and I wouldn't eat, I wouldn't do anything. And it was really hard because I also lost a lot of weight because I didn't eat. And I've had eating problems before as well when I was much younger. So I'm really scared of like not eating because it was scary not eating. Then I got a little bit better, so I always got like this. And then when I moved to London, I had like, my anxiety got much worse. So it went like up and down, up and down, up and down. So when I got to London, like the first month, I was fine. And then like after a month or so, I started getting like panic attacks, and I had panic attacks every day, which is something that's really difficult to deal with. So I started taking the medicine, antidepressants, SSRI, and first I got loads of like side effects. I was shaking all the time, and I couldn't concentrate, and I got the feeling that I was high, so I would just like go around and laugh and be like, ah. People probably thought I was really drunk, but I wasn't. I was just super side effects from my medicine. But it didn't really work because I got even more depressed, kind of. And then I upped my dose, and I felt so good. For like a month and a half, I was just like, I had no anxiety at all. I wasn't depressed at all. Everything was just so great. But then, in like February, I think, from February to like middle of June, I was in just constant depression, kind of. It was just like the worst like period of my life. I just felt down every day, and I had panic attacks all the time. I started like getting, what? Why is my shirt inside out on this sidetrack. Anyway, I started getting really depressed again, and it was really dangerous. I was in a hospital a few times for different stuff, and it was just really scary. And a lot of things happened around. People couldn't handle it, so they kind of left me to deal with it my own, and I just had to like try to find people that I could trust and stuff like that. I had a great therapist, or counsellor actually, I had one in school and that one on NHS, and he was great. He was great to talk to. And I got a little bit better. I was up and down. I had like times where I was really happy and I was like, ah! I'm usually kind of like that myself. So it's maybe, I don't know if it was just the difference between me being that low and being just myself. But sometimes I felt like I was just like out of it. I was almost manic, you know. And I had thoughts that I was bipolar, which kind of was supported by my counsellors as well, because they also asked if I felt bipolar and stuff like that. But I don't think I am bipolar. That would be weird. I'm not that manic. I'm more like hypermanic in that case. I started missing a lot of days in school because I couldn't get out of bed. I was sleeping. I think one time I slept for 30 hours because I was just like, I'm not going to get out of bed. And it's like sleeping and sleeping and sleeping and sleeping. And just like doing nothing, and I was just feeling like the worst person in the world. And then when I got home to Sweden again, I felt lots better after a while. I felt like, wow, I can actually relax now. And I think being around my family really helped me, and being around people that I've known for so long and people that I trust no matter what, that really helped me. And that's something that I've needed, actually, because there were talks about me not finishing school at BIM, because on my last term at BIM, because I felt so bad and stuff happened that some of my teachers were like, maybe you shouldn't go here anymore. Maybe you should go home and rest and feel better. But I was like, no, I didn't want to do this. I don't want to leave. So I actually did it, and I still got good grades considering that I was so tired. I only slept all the time. So it was pretty good. I'm proud that I did it, even though sometimes I regret the whole year in London, kind of, because it wrecked me in a lot of ways that yeah. But for me, depression is just terrible, and I have ups and downs. If I'm too stressed, I get really depressed. If I've got pressure to do something, I get really like, kind of, there you go. But I feel better now that my cat's here. And something that's really important, something that really helped me get out of it was talking to people all the time, and having people around that you trust, having people around you that you know are not going to judge you for your feelings. This cat, for example, she lets me. That's so sad. No, but and talking to people that's been around the same things, or who has like similar stuff happen to them, really helps you as well. I'd say. So I'm out of it now. I'd say for the big part. Like I get like symptoms sometimes, but I don't have that like feeling down for an entire month and not being able to do anything at all for like weeks because I'm just so sad and I can't do it. I still get a few days when I'm like this weekend I was just like I can't do anything. I just had to go to work, and then I just slept and did nothing, kind of. That's why there weren't any videos, because I felt so bad about myself. So I didn't want to do anything. And there's been times where I've just been like wanting to quit YouTube and wanting to quit making music altogether, because I'm just like, I just can't do it. I just can't do it. It's just too much. And I don't like what I do, and I'm criticising myself all the time and stuff like that. So that's really difficult as well. But I think the really, like, how to get out of depression, how I lasted, or how I got out of that depressive period, because I still have depression, is something that's still in my life. I just don't feel down every day like I did back then. I think talking to people, I go to a counsellor as well, and I use CBT, right? Is that what it's called in English? And I do a lot of stuff to try to prevent, because a lot of my anxiety comes from losing my mom, which I've talked about in other videos before, but a lot of that comes from that. Like, I'm really afraid of stuff. I'm afraid of like seeing people sleep because of reasons, and I can't see certain colours and stuff like that because I think it's scary, and I don't like seeing hands as well because hands freak me out a bit, and that's something that I have to train on, and that's something I'm doing. And I'm like, I used to be really afraid of calling people. I used to get like so anxious when I had to make a call, a phone call, but now I don't anymore because I trained myself to learn how to do it. And like, I was like, it's not anything wrong with it. I will do it. It's not dangerous. So I think that if that's something for you, that was great. Talk to someone if you just need someone to talk to, like a counsellor, a friend. There are numbers you can call if you don't want to talk. I think there's even a website where you can type or text people if you want to talk. If you don't want to like physically call someone, like if you're feeling so down and really depressed and maybe even scared of yourself, there are numbers you can call, and I'm gonna link all of that down here. And because I really want you to be safe, and depression is something that's really, really hard to deal with, and it's something that a lot of people talk about, and it's just like, it's something that's misunderstood, I think. But yeah, talk to people. I think that's such an easy thing. It's just having people around you that gonna help you, and knowing that it will get better. It's not gonna stay like this forever. Like, you're gonna get out of the darkness sometime, even if it feels like you're just fighting and nothing's happening. Just know that you will feel better one day, and you will find that glow in your life that you need. Do something that you love as well. If you feel better, if you draw. If you like writing, do that. Keeping a journal is something that's a pretty good tip as well. And maybe keeping 2 journals. You can keep one journal for happy days, and you can keep one journal for the bad days, so you don't mix them up together. And then you can read the happy ones if you want to, and you don't have to like see the bad stuff. Just don't read the bad stuff, because I read my own bad stuff sometimes, and that just makes me really sad. But keeping a journal is something that's really good. Keep track of yourself. If you don't have anyone to talk to, just write it down. Write it down anywhere, and even if you have people to talk to, that's good to do. Vent your feelings. Yes, but rely on friends. You have to rely on friends. That's something that's really important. Kind of have to rely on people. You can't do it alone. That's something that is really important as well. Getting out of depression alone is so hard. You need someone there. I think that's going to be it for this video. It might have been really long, this video, but this is a topic that I'm really, really passionate about. And I'll make more videos about this subject this week, I think. And I hope you're well. I will leave sites down here that you can just go to if you feel like you need somewhere to vent, or just something to like let your mind wander off a bit. I hope you have a nice day, and I will see you tomorrow.